Sam, this is unbelievable. We've been at this for 4 hours, and now you're still telling me the same stories? It's exhausting. You know how many times I just got to this point?
I've told you everything. I don't know what you want from me.
What I want? I want the truth. Is that so really difficult?
I'm not lying. I'm swear.
You keep saying that, but I don't believe you. Honestly, I'm beginning to wonder what I've bothered. Sam, you are exhausted. Trying to connect the dots to someone who just wants to be honest. The evidence is spilling you out, and here you are. Just keep pretend lying and playing games. It's really like taking me from a fool.
I'm not playing games. I told you I'm not have anything to do with that robbery.
Oh, come on. Enough with that same old lie. You expect me to believe that? You were just the wrong place at the wrong time. I can't even count the number I've heard that excuses. I bet you said that to anyone. Haven't you? Friends, your family, maybe even your mom. But I have to tell you, I'm just the big bad detective, right? So go ahead. Tell me one more time. Convince me that I was that all wrong. You must really exhausting, son. Having to deal with people who are more worried about getting caught than being wanted to facing the truth. You're not the first one to try me and want to play me like this, but you're definitely the wrong one.
I don't know what you come to say.
That's the point, Sam. I didn't want you to say anything. I want you to admit that you did it. It's the only way this ends. But that's too much to us, isn't it?
Fine. I was there, okay? I was there, but I didn't do anything. I swear. I was there, not me.
Okay.
Tommy, I was listening to your band's latest song. You've got a lot of talent. It's impressive how you much grown since high school.
Wait, you listen to us? How do you know about that?
I have my ways. I grew up loving music myself. I used to play guitar back in college. Nothing serious, just for fun. What's your go-to guitar solo?
Sweet Salad Woman by Guns N' Roses.
Great choice. That solo is legendary. Music has a way of telling stories, doesn't it? Speaking of stories, let's talk about what happened at that electronics store.
I already told you. I wasn't there. I know who did it.
I get it. I know it's tough to talk about. But sometimes people didn't realize that when they're in a tough spot, it helps to have someone who understands. I'm not here just to catch you out, Tommy. I'm here to understand the full story. You know, I met a guy a while back who was really into electronics, just like the staff at that store. He used to tell me how much he loved the tech, but how the temptation to make some quick cash was always there. I bet you felt that too, right? That pull when things get tough and you just need an escape. I can see that you're not a bad guy, Tommy. You're someone who's trying to make a life for yourself. But sometimes life takes unexpected turns. I've been there. We all have. That's why I'm asking you to help me. Did you know anything about who was behind it?
I didn't play any of it. I just needed the cash. But the guy who came up with me the plan, he said he'd help me out a bit. I just did what I said.
See, Tommy, we're not alone in this. There's always a way out to make it right. And it starts with telling the truth. It's not just about what happened at the store, it's about moving forward. You're not defined by one mistake, Tommy. I'm glad we're talking. It's not easy to admit things, but it's a start. And who knows? Maybe this is your chance to take control of your story. It's your call, Tommy, so tell me, who was behind this?
It was Marcus. He said he had everything planned out and he needed someone to help him. I didn't think I would go this far. I swear, I never wanted to get out of hand.
Thank you for telling me, Tommy. That wasn't easy, I know, but you did the right thing.
Jessica, we've been looking into this for a while now. Your name keeps coming up, and I know you're smart enough to understand what that means.
I don't know what you're talking about. I told you everything I know.
That's what everyone says at first. But here's the thing. We have records, email, transaction logs. Everything is in here.
What do you mean? Are you saying you've been spying on me?
Spying? No, Jessica. It's called an investigation. And this file right here tells me that we're very close to the full picture. You'd be surprised how much we already know. You see, Jessica, this file contains evidence that we've gathered. You and I both know what happens when the evidence falls up, don't we?
I'm not saying anything until I see proof.
You see, Jessica, this once and first. It's a transaction that came through your account 2 weeks ago, right around the time the embezzlement started. You were the only one who could authorize that payment.
That was a mistake. It wasn't what you think.
A mistake? That's what they all say. But mistakes are often followed by actions that cannot be ignored. Tell me about this mistake, Jessica. Who else was involved? Jessica, no one's perfect. I know you tell me the whole story now. We can make sure it's considered when we move forward. But if we have to dig deeper, there'll be no room for leniency.
It was Alex. He told me it would be temporary just to cover some expenses. I never thought it would go this far.
Thank you for telling me, Jessica. You did the right thing. Why am I here? I told you everything I know. I swear, I don't know anything else. You guys are wasting your time. You didn't have to do this. Just let me go. I didn't do anything. Maybe I heard something, but I didn't do anything.
You heard something?
It was Shan. He told me to stay out of it, but I overheard him talking about how he planned it all. He didn't say he hurt anyone, but he mentioned how it would be fast and clean.
Go on.
He said he needed someone to make sure that the cameras were down. And I was there, helping him. I didn't want to, but he threatened me. I was scared. Hi, I have to say, I've been looking forward for this meeting. People like you, smart, driven, always a step ahead, are the ones who shape industries. It's not every day I get to sit across from someone who's so influential.
I appreciate that, Detective, but I'm sure you're not here to discuss my career, are you?
You're right, I'm not. But you see, that's why I'm here. You're the kind of person who sees the bigger picture, who understands the game is played.
I know how things work, Detective. That's why I'm here where I am today.
Exactly. You don't get to the top without knowing how to maneuver. That's why I'm curious. Someone as sharp as you must know the ins and outs of every deal you involve in. So tell me, Guy, how does the latest situation came about? You know, I was reading up on your last major investment. The way you spotted the undervalued stock and turned it around. Brilliant. Exactly the kind of move I expect from someone with your insight.
Well, thank you, Detective. I've always had a knack for finding the right opportunities.
And with that kind of ability, I'm sure you've been approached by others who want to learn from you. Maybe even push the envelope a bit. I bet that if anyone could walk the fine line between brilliance and grease, it would be.
I'm not someone who's afraid to take calculated risks, but everything I've done has been within the rules. At least I thought it was.
Of course, and that's what makes you so exceptional, Guy. But even the best have their moments where things don't go as planned. That's why I need your insight. You see, the way you think, the way you analyze situations, it's what can help me understand what happened with that trade.
The truth is, I did make some calls that, looking back, weren't exactly by the book. But I thought it was all fair play. Everyone does it, right? They just don't get caught.
Exactly. I know you'd understand. You're the kind of person who's smart enough to know the rules and bend them to get ahead. That's what makes you exceptional. So tell me, Kai, how did you pull it off?
It all started with a tip on the new tech firm that was about to go public. I knew if I acted quickly, I could make it work without drawing attention. Good afternoon, Miss Evans. Thank you for coming. Would you like some water or tea before we start?
No. Thank you, I'm fine.
Okay, let's take this one step at a time. There's nothing to be nervous about. We're just having a conversation.
Okay.
You were at the East Side Grocery on the night of November 20th, correct?
Yes, I was there.
Did you see what happened during the robbery took place?
I'm not sure.
It's okay, Miss Evans. Take your time. Whatever you remember can help us.
I think I saw the man, but I didn't really get a good look.
That's alright. Can you describe anything about him? Maybe his clothing or how tall he was?
He was wearing a black hoodie, I think, and he was taller than me.
You're doing great, Miss Evans. Did you see his face?
No, he had the hood up, and I was too scared to look directly at him.
I understand. That must have been frightening. Did you hear anything he said?
He shouted at the cashier, something like, "Give me some money." I was hiding behind the cereal display.
It's very helpful, Miss Evans. Did you notice anything else? Maybe how he left the store?
I think I saw him run out the back door.
That's perfect, Miss Evans. You're doing just fine. Do you remember if he had anything in his hands?
He had a bag. It looked like one of those reusable grocery bags.
Thank you, Miss Evans. You've been very brave sharing this with us. Is there anything else you remember? Even the smallest detail can help.
No, I don't think so.
That's okay, Miss Evans. You've helped more than you know. Well, take it from here. Thank you for your courage.
Okay.
Emily, thank you for coming in. I know it's never easy to relive something that happened, but your account is really important to us. We need to understand what happened outside the shop on Tuesday evening.
Of course, Detective. I'm happy to help. It's still a bit unsettling to think about, but I tell you everything I saw.
Great. That's exactly what what we need. The more details you can share, the better. So start from the beginning. What did you see first?
Well, I was closing out the shop when I heard raised voices outside. I looked out the window and saw two men arguing. One of them, the guy in blue jacket, looked really angry. The other guy, he was wearing a red cap, seemed more defensive, like he was trying to calm things down.
Did you hear what they were arguing about?
I couldn't hear exactly what they were saying at first because it was so loud in traffic and people passing by. But then I heard the guy in blue jacket yell something about money. I'm pretty sure he said something like, "You owe me, and I want it now."
And did the argument escalate at all after that?
Yes, it did. The guy in blue jacket pushed the guy in a red cap. He stumbled back a bit, but then he got angry and showed him down. That's when things really started to get physical.
Did anyone try to intervene?
No, there were few people on the street, but everyone seemed too shocked to do anything. I was just about to call for help when someone shouted for them to stop. It only made things worse. They both turned to the guy who shouted and get even more aggressive.
Emily, I really appreciate you being so honest and detailed. You've been a huge help. Can you tell me if you noticed anything else that might be important, like the kind of car that might have been parked nearby or any details you saw?
Yes, actually, there was a black SUV that parked on a curb across the street just before the fight started. I didn't think too much of the time, but it had tinted windows and a dent on the front bumper. I think it stayed there for about 5 minutes before driving off when the fight started.
Thank you, Emily. That's very helpful. Been a big help in piecing this together. We'll be in touch if you need anything else.
Thank you for coming in, Mr. Miller. Let's get straight to it. We're on the night of the virtual.
Home, I think. Watching TV or something.
Really? Because a witness placed you're near being dinner around 10 p.m.
Venice? Nah. Don't even go there. Their coffees are terrible.
Interesting. Because the dinner security footage show you at the counter ordering a black coffee. Care to explain?
Alright. Yeah. Now I remember. I stopped by for a second, but just used the restroom. Didn't even finish the coffee.
And what about the altercation in the parking lot afterward? Witnesses say you're going with Mr. Harris.
Harris? Who's that? I don't know Harris.
Really? Because this is your standing face to face with him outside the dinner.
Oh, that Harris? Yeah, okay. We talked, but it wasn't an argument. Just a friendly chat.
Friendly. Witnesses say they were shooting.
Shouting? Nah. You know how it is. People exaggerate. It was just nothing.
Mr. Miller, Harris was found unconscious in the parking lot 15 minutes after your friendly chat. You're telling me that just a coincidence.
Hey, I don't know what happened to the guy. When I left, he was fine.
So you're saying you had nothing to do with the fight?
Fight? I didn't touch him. Look, maybe someone else came along after I left. Ever think of that?
The thing is, Jason, your fingerprints are on the beer bottle that was found next to Harris.
What? That? That doesn't prove anything. Maybe I touched it earlier.
Earlier, when? Because you just said you were very late at the dinner.
Look, I don't know what they're trying to pull here. I didn't hurt anyone.
Jason, we both you're lying. The evidence say otherwise. Now your chance to come clean.
I didn't mean for it to happen, okay? He said something. And he lost my temper. It was just one hit. I didn't think he'd go down like that.
There it is. See? Honesty is not so hard. It's it.
Thank you for coming, Miss Harper. This is just routine interview. Let's start with your name and occupation.
Oh, of course. Hello, detective. My name is Emily Harper. I work as a freelance graphic designer. Oh, and that's not my only job. I work in a cafe down the street. I also bake cupcakes and I do some gardening. Last week I planted tulips and they were so tricky to plant.
Right, Emily Harper. Freelance graphic designer. Got it. Let's focus on why you're here. You were stayed asleep last night around 10 p.m., correct?
Oh yes, I was there. I had just finished walking my dog Charlie. He's a golden retriever. Such a sweet boy, you know. You know he loved to chase squirrels, and last night there was
Miss
this
Harper.
squirrel.
Let's take to the store. What did you see?
Oh right, the store. So I walked in to get some milk, and I saw this guy. He was wearing a black hoodie, very suspicious if you ask me, and he was standing down in the snacks aisle. I thought, well, maybe he's just hungry, but then he kept looking like he was nervous. And speaking of snacks, have you tried the new chocolate-covered pretzels? They're addictive.
Miss Harper, what did the man in hoodie do?
Oh, right. He picked up a candy bar, Snickers, I think, but it could have been a Kit Kat. You know, I'm more of a Twix person myself. Anyways, he went to the counter, but he didn't pay for it. Then he started yelling at the cashier. Poor girl. She looked so scared. Oh, and her nails were so cute. Bright pink with glitter. I should have asked where she gets them done.
Miss Harper, did he take the money?
Yes, he grabbed a handful of cash and I ran out of the door. But then, the way he ran was odd. Like, I think he hurt his ankle or something. And that reminds me of when I sprained my ankle in my yoga class. It was...
Miss Harper, did you see which direction he ran?
Oh yes, he ran towards the park. I think he might have jumped the fence, but I didn't follow him because, you know, I was holding my milk. I didn't want to drop it. And have you ever cleaned a spilled milk? It's a nightmare.
Thank you, Miss Harper. I think we have enough for now.
Oh, you're welcome, detective. If you need more details, just let me know. I'm great at remembering things. Like, did I mention the cashier's glittery nails?
I'll never forget.
Thank you for coming in. I know this must be difficult, but I really need to understand what happened to the copper tap last night. Can you tell me what happened?
I don't know anything. I didn't see anything.
Come on, Tommy. You were there. You must have seen something. Even it was just the beginning of the fight or the way people acted. I know you saw it.
No, I don't know anything, and I don't want to be involved.
I understand you're scared. But you're not alone in this. People get hurt when fights happen. And if you know anything that can help us prevent this from happening again, it's important, Tommy. Tommy, I get it. Who wants to be dragged into something that could make their life difficult? But I promise, Tommy, we're just trying to understand what happened and keep people safe. If you know anything, just please tell us. Even if it is small, could make all the difference, Tommy.
It's not just that. I don't want to be seen talking to police. People in this neighborhood, they don't trust me.
I understand. It's not easy, but trust us. You're not alone in this, Tommy. The right thing to do is to help us understand. Your statement could help make things happen. Things right for everyone. Tommy, we're not here to put you in a bad situation. We want to know that what happens to protect everyone, even included you. If you want to say so much, that's okay. Just tell me one thing. Did you see who started the fight?
I think it was Brandon. He was shooting at someone, and then I don't know. Everything happened so fast.
Thank you, Tommy. That's more than enough for me. You did the right thing.